It's Saturday night, and Andrea and I are sitting here with our timer by our side because you can only be 10 minutes on YouTube. If you knew that. We're talking about jewelry tonight, one of our favorite subjects, and she is a lovely young lady, as you can see, and she's interested in fashion.
Ooh.
And she always has liked Aunt Brenda's jewelry.
Yes.
And she wants to learn about it. So we were going to talk a little bit about some of my favorite things tonight and share them with you. And the first thing I want to share is this necklace, which just kind of happened.
Yes.
It's a bunch of beads on wire that's just twisted and looped, and it just goes on forever. I used up a ton of beads. I wore this to Jordan's wedding. Jordan's my son. Andrea was in the wedding.
My cousin.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Cousin. About 3 years ago. It just kind of shows that sometimes you gotta go for it, you know? You just get on your
horse and ride it.
Yeah, you do. Giddy up. And I sure did giddy up on this one. I'm telling you what. This is over the top. This was two rows of beadable bangles that I joined in the middle with a bunch of check beads. And I just had a ball making it. And the wedding was great too, you know. The next thing we wanted to talk about, Andrea really told me she liked this.
I love it.
A number of times. My friend, artist Kim Jelly, made this bracelet. It's an awesome melange, there's another French word for you, of pewter ox plated heart charms that we sell on the website at bsuboutiques.com. And they're hand painted so intricately in the Victorian style. And just acrylics with a fine hand. Kim is a master at this. I've seen a lot of people do this, and I've seen a lot of great work, but her work is unbelievable. I think this is about the second bracelet she ever made. It's just so silky. I love her charms. And what she did is she finished them with Envirotex resin. Nowadays you've got ice resin, diamond glaze, magic gloss. They'll all work. You know, just experiment and have fun with it. And the charms aren't expensive either. But this kind of work is and should be because it's wonderful. Another thing we were going to talk about is this. Do you remember what we called this? Cage work.
Beadery.
Yes! Cage beadery! This is a piece of Miriam Haskell jewelry. Fabulous stuff in the old Russian gold-plated finish that is not legally made anymore because there was, the way I understand it, there was a chemical used in it that isn't legal for use anymore. Okay. It's okay for you to wear, you don't have to worry about it. But we have Russian gold plate at the site too, and ours is a true gold plate. This was a brass over brass plate, the way I understand it. We sell filigree like this, flowers like this. But I love this with the beautiful old Mabe pearl in the middle, Japanese pearls, and the wired on Baroque pearly beads and stuff. Fabulous stuff. The good news about this is just like embroidery. You can do it. It's just, you get a piece, have a look at it, and go for it. It's not that difficult. I've seen some fabulous work done in this style. Maybe Rob can get a little bit close up. Miriam Haskell jewelry. If you find a piece of it in a flea market that's kind of in bad shape, be a good piece to take home and examine closely. But not that hard to do. Just need to be a little determined. Another thing that I really love is this clip. Now this is vintage clip. You ever seen anything like this, Andrea? This clip?
It's very large, and I love it.
They don't make stuff like this anymore. No. It is quite large. It's large. Clip it good. Do. Right there on my arm.
Nice.
You don't be cute? Clip it on. This would be fashion, Andrea.
Think so? I am fashionista.
Yeah. Fashionista, Andrea. Clip it on a purse.
Ooh.
Cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
Beyond cool.
Beyond cool. Very cool. Dress clip. This finding, nobody makes it to my knowledge anymore. If y'all know who makes it, let me know. Not that I'll carry it, I don't know. I have some old ones in a bag that I found in a warehouse once, but anyway, this is done in the Art Deco style. Very intricate. Cartier made a lot of jewelry like this in real for the Duchess of Windsor back in the day. This is the lady that Edward of England, King Edward, I think it was of England, abdicated his throne for her, and she had fabulous jewelry made in this style, a lot of it. But this is an old Coro piece, and I'm just nuts about it. Something else I'm nuts about is this. You remember who made this, Andrea? That I told you? Can you remember her name?
Betsy.
Betsy Johnson made this jewelry. Betsy Johnson is a fabulous designer of clothing that also has a jewelry line. I bought this in Nordstrom a number of years ago when you weren't seeing too many people yet working with epoxy resin and paper scraps. And that's what this is. It's a paper scrap under epoxy resin. This is Thinking of You, cute. Oh. Now we're all doing this with our ice resin and all that other stuff. And magic glass, diamond glaze. But Betsy was doing it in Nordstrom, so you too can sell jewelry in Nordstrom. Oh yes, you can. Just come up with something clever like Betsy. Also the finish, I got to talk about this finish. This is what inspired me to come up with the old Rose Ox finish that we're now selling on the site. This is a little transient, not real happy with this finish. But our finish that we have now, you will be happy with. It's so pretty and pinky and skin friendly. Beautiful stuff. Gotta look at it, gotta try it. Gotta have some.
Yep.
Yeah. You want some, don't you, Andrea? Oh, yes. This pin.
Very intriguing.
Very intriguing pin.
Yes.
Who made this pin?
I think it was Brenda Sue.
Yes. This is a Betsy Sue designer crude pin. Polymer clay with wire. Little cherries on it. Andrea had mentioned that.
I did mention that.
You know, cherries are very, very
previously
fashionable. Cherry jewelry, strawberry jewelry, fruit jewelry.
Fruits.
Yeah.
Fruits and veggies.
Yeah, fruits and veggies. Always fun for spring, too.
Spring.
This, I had a ball making this. A little bit mad, a little bit wild and crazy. But I think I might take this to Art and Soul with me. Because it's just...
soulful.
So, yeah, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Andrew, you want to come over and help me make jewelry like this, don't you?
I do.
Oh, yeah, as soon as possible. But
right.
She has a heavy social schedule.
Very popular.
Yeah, she's very popular. So it's... Because my jewelry was very popular back in the day. You know, I had a line. I sold it in department stores, but I don't anymore. So anyway, that's another story for another video. Here's another cool piece of hunka chunka burning polymer clay. I debate on showing this because it's really so awful. It didn't come out well. But this is living proof, pals, that you need to keep your failures, because from your failures spring great inspiration.
Winners.
The color is not good. It's so murky. It looks like mud. But if you could see this really close up, it's got amazing texture. It was layered and layered and layered. Bit heavy, bit cumbersome to wear, and likes to fall off. But it's full of holes and piercings and you know what? I got to do this again. So when you have your failures, save them and look at them and say, how can I improve this? Because you can. Another thing I wanted to show you was this bodaciously horrible flower power pan, which I found for $1 at Hartville. Isn't it pretty though? In its own strange way. I think it's like leather or something. But this is among my favorite things because it inspires me. So when you go to flea markets and you find jewelry for $1, hey, don't leave it there. Bring it home and be inspired. Get it. And if you don't want it, you can send it to me for Andrea.
I'll wear it.
She'll wear it. She'll wear anything. Anyways, one more thing we want to talk about is this. Not pretty, not well done.
I think it's pretty.
But it's vintage and wonderful. Two little Mexicanos dancing tapateo or something like that. I love anything with a Mexican motif. I love wood jewelry. And wood jewelry was very, very popular. It was probably somebody's craft project. You can see this is glued on. But it's just so amazing and lively and fun. And again, I think this was a flea market find. Spent very little money for it. But it makes me want to create. Doesn't it make you want to create?
How about now? I don't know.
Yeah, favorite things, man.
Yeah.
Get out your favorite things. Look at them hard and say, I'm going to make that, and I'm going to make it better. Be inspired. Have fun. It's about the fun. Right, Andrea?
Good times. Right, Brenda?
Yeah.
Auntie Brenda.
Okay.
Auntie.
Bye.
Bye.